Hi, it's Abby RN here with episode 6 of Get Smart with Your Pharma. Today we have 3 steps to your best prescription prices. Step 1 is the GoodRx um, website that your doctor may have told you about. This is a pretty easy site. This is the home page when you get on. Sorry about the flashing screens there. Um, you can enter your medication. I just put a generic Lasix here for a sample, and it will go to a Lasix order page. Their default is 20 milligrams, 30 tablets. You can click the pencil and edit that if you want to go with the brand name. If you want to go with something other than a tablet, um, if you want to change the dosage from 20 milligrams, they give the other options. And this is one that I really recommend. The default is 30 tablets. If you go up to 90 tablets, often doctors will dispense a 3-month supply prescription, and that will save you money per pill. It will also save hassle, of course, because you don't have to order as often. Then you just click update, and it will show you the prices in your area, mostly the big chain pharmacies. And this will get you some pretty good prices. There's sometimes a coupon that you can print or scan onto your cell phone. There are different ways to use the GoodRx coupon, and they make that pretty user-friendly. So that's step 1. Then step, if you once you make them, sorry, step 1 is check all of your medications. Make a note of the GoodRx best price for each one, and then you're ready for step 2. Step 2 is calling your local pharmacy. And especially if you have a local independent pharmacy that is not on goodrx.com, call them and request a price check. And you can usually get the price for each medication. They'll ask you the name and the dose that you're on and how many tablets or whatever do you want, how many days supply, how many months supply. And I like using the independents because they don't use PBMs and the pharmacy benefit managers. Those are middlemen that can raise the prices, especially on certain drugs. So it's always a good idea to support the independents. The other part of step 2 is to keep in mind the Canadian pharmacies. And I shouldn't just say Canadian because it's all online. Pharmacies can be very useful. Here's one example. When I just searched Canadian pharmacy, this is what came up. And it's called Canada Pharmacy. It's user friendly. You can browse by letter to find your medication, or you can scroll down and they list product names in order. Your available types, whether it's brand or generic, the price range, the strengths that are available. You can just hover over each one and it'll show you, and then you can view the product. So that's a sample. People have heard a lot, or I should say in the past, it's been on the news a fair number of times about problems with the Canadian pharmacies, and so they may be a little bit leery about it. One of the quality control things they've done, I'm just going to show you another screen here. Um, the search screen that came up, there's one of the options is called Canadian International Pharmacy Association, and it's a quality control association that they have member pharmacies. So I'm just going to show you what they have here. It's kind of cool. They describe what their organization is, and then they have a tab here, CIPA Safe Pharmacies. That's just their acronym, Canadian International Pharmacy Association. And they have them all hot linked here. I mean, look at that. You can click on any of them. So that's just one thing I wanted to mention. The For quality purposes, you want to make sure that you have somebody that's, licensed and they're legitimate producers and so on. But I also want to mention a personal story. My medication some years ago doubled in cost in the US because the regulations had changed and it made it more difficult to produce. So I went to the Canadian pharmacy online. Mine ended up shipping from Great Britain. It was manufactured there. And it was the same stable price instead of the doubled price like we had in the US. And it worked absolutely fine for me. I had never had a problem with it. It came on time. It was easy to order. It was relatively easy to pay for. At that time, I had to mail them a check. Anyway, um, so that's step two. Make a note of all those prices for comparing purposes. And then step three is my favorite. Direct primary care is the model of physician practice that has memberships. You pay a monthly fee. Mine happens to be $85. That's probably somewhere around the average. It depends on what part of the country you're in or what part of the state. And some of these direct primary care docs, DPC practices, have gone all out with saving on medication prices for their patients. And they will order medications, and those are the lowest prices I have seen anywhere. It's lower than the first two steps. So I put it third. It's the best, in my opinion, but not everybody has DPC in their area. It is worth a check to see if you do and to see if they offer medications and to call them and just ask to do a price check for your medications, for your dose, and for a 3 month supply if it's one that you're on routinely. So that's my recommendation for the three steps. And again, we've made a three-step guide with a worksheet and instructions and some of these links available for you to order. And I'm going to show you the order page and give you the link in the comments. This is the page where you can order 3 steps to your best RX prices. And you just fill in your first, last name, email, zip code, and we will send you the guide by return email. So that's what I have for today, and thanks very much for watching.